What's up, YouTube? Don with the Don Franz Show. And shout out to everybody in the notification squad watching this on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a awesome holiday. Today was a half day for the market. Tomorrow, it is closed. Then we open up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Monday morning. And of course, I'll be with you guys live Sunday night after hours, after futures open. Sorry, 1 hour after futures open. So if you're new to my channel, I trade using zones. It's primarily price action and how things move, and I use that to create structure to trade, options contracts and shares. All about how I chart things out, looking for buyers and sellers, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about 3 companies in today's video. It's going to be Baidu, JD, which you see up here right now, and Alibaba. Now, funny thing about all this, well, kind of funny, I think, is something I've joked about with the mentorship group quite a bit, and they even heard this joke the other night. China is now looking into big tech companies for monopoly tendencies. Same thing, antitrust stuff. Same stuff we hear in the United States all the time. Anytime one of the big tech companies doing a little hot in the stock market, it just seems like all of a sudden you hear the antitrust stuff come out. And it gets people to panic sell. And so far, every time it's been bought back up. Because if you look up any one of them, they're still at the highs. Let's exclude Amazon. This has been going on for years, by the way. So, yeah, Facebook, Amazon, Google. Antitrust stuff, not new. So now China's going to go ahead and take a whack at it and get some of that liquidity for themselves. Get a nice little dip buy for the banks. So we saw the antitrust stuff come out. Again, they're looking into big tech, not just Alibaba. We're going to get to that one. But big tech companies looking for monopoly tendencies. You can see JD opened up, gapped down. All it did was really just drop down to my zone pre-market. Maybe got some of you guys scared. Got bought right back up. Again, these zones, I'm looking for buyers. I'm looking for sellers. So coming into this from the top like that, I'd be looking for buyers. If you grabbed that play right there, then you'd be looking all right. So how I would have traded this, if we drop down right to here, if I'm looking to trade this, I'll grab shares. My entry, if I waited even until market open, would be right there. I wouldn't want to go on past yesterday's low. My take profit would be right there. That'd be my next zone. Now, as it trails up, as it moves up, I put my stop loss in here. Ultimately, that's where I'm going to tighten things up. Give it some breathing room. Let it do its thing. Gets up here. Put my stop in there. I don't stop out in the zone because I am looking for sellers right there. I'm not going to go ahead and sell, but if it does rally, base rally, I want to still be in it. I like to bag hold the winners, cut the losers quick. Now, if I were trading options on this right now, depending on the liquidity, I might grab a $5 spread. So we opened up around 82. So what I would have done is probably grabbed an 80, 85 vertical spread, I think. It really depends on where the liquidity was at and where the options contracts are at. But a $5 spread, I probably would have paid actually a little bit less than 250 for it. So I probably would have paid, depending on how liquid it is, I would have expected to pay a couple dollars for that one. So I'd spend $200 and I'd plan to sell it later. A max profit would be $500. So maybe grab a couple of those, and all it would need to do is be above 85. I'd give it 30 days out, and so I'd rock that one into either end of January. If I was feeling frisky, January 15th. But then all it needs to do is be above $85, and I got my max profit. So look at that. Our next one, Baidu. Didn't really do much. A little bit of a gap down. I mean, that is, in the grand scheme of things, absolutely nothing. Still looking for buyers right here inside this zone. I'll make that yellow. 180, 185 zone. That's where I'm looking for buyers. Again, that's how I would structure a trade. If you guys aren't familiar with that, last Saturday I did a video on how I trade. I have a playlist called How to Trade. And watch that, how I trade and 1% stop loss the correct way and perfect entry types. Those 3 videos, you should be able to follow along with everything I'm saying. You should be able to structure your trades just like I am. Even if you don't know how to draw zones, use mine. Just copy mine and use that to structure it. So if you actually, and by the way, if you actually want my charts, there's a join button next to subscribe. It's not on mobile though, but if you do that, every month I post a link inside the community tab, and you save this as a playlist. You go up here to the search bar, type any ticker, and if I have a zone drawn out on it, now you do too. You don't have to zone it out. So we saw this gap down a little bit. We jumped up and tagged that, found some sellers, came back down. Ultimately, a nothing day. I mean, if we even look at it on the daily, doji at best, a little gap down, kind of, whole lot of nothing. nothing to write home about. Nothing crazy, right? Collectively, I'd still say we're rocking and rolling. We pushed up. I think we're going sideways. I think we're cooling off, rally, base, and probably a bigger rally out right now. After an aggressive move like that, stocks need to cool off. They'll either pull back or they'll pull over, and they're gonna just go sideways and then rock and roll again. So again, full stop below that zone. Now, because you guys are so emotional, you don't really read into anything, and it was in the headlines, which algorithms grab keywords. Alibaba gets smoked. It's in the headlines. The antitrust is not just Alibaba, it's big tech, but Alibaba was one specifically named in the headlines. And you can see, guys, we closed here at yesterday's zone, and I think that was right around the time the Republicans said we're not doing $2,000 checks, or we're not going to agree. There's not unanimous agreement there. This morning, gap down, sold off. Again, sorry I didn't have a filled in, but this is my zone down here, these two magic yellow lines. Now, shout out to Fat Man Zoom. He's on Own the Chaos. He's the guy that does my thumbnails, helps me behind the scenes. You've seen him on this channel a couple times. He uses zones. So his entry today, he's right there at, I think he said 215-ish. Alibaba dropped down, smacked the bid. He sent me a text. He said, I'm loading the boat. He said that went right into your zone. So he executed what I think pretty perfectly. Right now, he's in that trade. Stop loss already in the green. Risk off the table. Easy. Get in at 215. It's at 221 now. You can put your stop 217.85. It could pull back a little bit. You got to give it a little bit of wiggle room. It would have to gap down again to actually make that one a loser. Markets open up right now and just rock and roll. Gap up. You just move your stop up. You get to make an easy trade. Gets in at 215. Stop out right below it because that was today's low. I would put my stop at 210.85. Is exactly where mine would be at. We'll give it 3 cents. Take profit right now would be there. Now, as we push up to here, just like I mentioned on the ticker before, I'm going to put my stop right here. And if it bases out, I'm not tagging out. If the market does nothing, I do nothing. But if it's going to keep going, I want to stay in it. So that's how I would trail this, because I don't think that's going to be the peak. 250 is not the peak. We were just looking at buying it at 250 yesterday. Glad we didn't. So let's rock and roll. I think that's an overreaction, but it just jumped down, smacked that zone. And I have to agree. I think right now would be the dip buy. If I was trading options on this, it'd be the 215, 220. I'd do a vertical spread. You could do the 210, 215 if we got right here at the 213 mark. Again, guys, that's a quick $500 max profit trade. All it needs to do in the next 30 days is close above the high part of the vertical spread. If you guys don't know options, I do have a full-blown course. I'm going to start talking more about options on this channel for you guys. Vertical spreads are something even a brand new trader can do. In fact, if I had my pick, if you could just download everything like the Matrix, all the information at once, and practice your execution, I would say option spreads first, then shares, and then try the other option strategies. But some defined risk, if you don't have your emotions in check, man, options can be the way to go. Options are the way to turn this into your own personal casino, or a very profitable way, a workaround for your emotions. If you're an emotional trader, you're brand new, haven't quite figured out how to part ways with some losses, it can be very tough. Don't kid yourself. A lot of new traders really struggle with that and lose their accounts. So I'm going to hop off here. We're going to get into the, before I hop off, the results. We're getting a free month to the mentorship. This was last night's video. All you had to do was comment. So we're going to grab that link. And same in tonight's video. Comment down below. Did you grab Alibaba today? Let me know. And then let me know if you want to be in the mentorship and you haven't been. Because we're going to do a random comment generator, which is what this is. And you'll get a free month. And if you guys hit the subscribe button and you share this video, we only have a few days left. We get to that 15K subscriber mark. We're almost there. I'm giving away the trading suite to one person. So let's rock and roll. First of all, who the winner of the free month is going to be? Max Lopez. Pretty sure the only way for me to get picked is with no other comments, or it picks you anyway. Congrats, man. That's awesome. So anyway, send me a screenshot of your YouTube so I know it's you. Send it to me on Discord. And welcome to the mentorship. Everyone else, I will see you guys Sunday, 1 hour after futures open. Let's rock and roll. Be careful with the crazy. Careful with the crazy? How about Merry Christmas? And hopefully it's not crazy. And I'll see you guys again, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, after some lunch and dinner on Sunday.